Good morning and welcome to Albany Unitarian Universalist. My name is Reverend Sam Trumbore and I serve as the lead minister of this congregation. I know we'll be having a few more people gathering. And as you can see by the stage and the changes of positions of things, we have a very special multi-generational service for you today. Our children in costume will be reenacting the story of Jesus's birth. Well, many, if not most of us, have heard this story many times. Each retelling can be fresh and innovative. Such is the case with our story this morning. This is also the first night tonight of Hanukkah, the story of the cleansing of the temple after it had been violated with images of the Greek god Zeus, and pigs were sacrificed on the sacred altar. This led to the rebellion of the Maccabees. When the Greeks were driven off, the temple needed to be purified for 8 days. This required a lamp to burn without stopping for that entire period. And there was only enough oil. One day, us witnessing it burning for the full 8 days was a miracle for the Jewish people. And they made a commitment to remember this blessing every year over 2,000 years ago. And they are still remembering that special event today, and we will be celebrating with them. So whether you align yourself with Christianity or Judaism, or neither, or both, you are welcome here as we join together in the celebration of life. And we'll begin by lighting our chalice, and we have some special words that we're going to be using from Easy Fortune. Let us join together in those words. We light this chalice as a symbol of our free faith. We light this chalice to remember the miracle of the oil that burned for 8 days. We light this chalice to mark the night of midwinter. We light this chalice as we wait for the sun to return. And we are also going to light the menorah. And so, but you're going to take the shamus candle and light that from the, very good, our chalice. And then we're going to light the first candle. And we have some special words for this that are the traditional words for the first night of Hanukkah. So if you could, the MMT you could play that, that would be great. And if you know these words, we invite you to join in them. They'll be in Hebrew, but we have the translation for you too.
Kireshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim la'avoteinu bayamim Ahem uvazman hazeh. And on the first night you add Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh.
Thank you. Both the Hanukkah story and the Christmas story both deal with the occupation and the oppression of Palestine and Jerusalem. The Greeks had taken over the place where the Jewish people lived. They wanted to make the Jews obey them. They wanted to challenge the authority of their religion to guide their lives. The Greeks wanted to punish them for not following the ways of the Greeks. Their actions desecrating the sacred temple initiated a powerful rebellion. Mary and Joseph lived under the occupation of Palestine by the Romans. The Romans had a harsh tax policy that caused much suffering. Because they couldn't pay those taxes, many poor farmers lost their land and their ability to support their families. It was a very bad time for the Jewish people. The reason Joseph and Mary had to go to the place of their birth to be counted was so they could be taxed. If they had your name and they knew where you lived, they could come ask you for your taxes. And the place of birth was a good way to figure out where everybody was. That's why they were going to Bethlehem. The story of oppression quite frequently ends badly for the oppressors. Occupy a country by force, it makes people resentful. This is happening in Palestine today on the West Bank. Russia is trying to occupy Ukraine. The Basques in Spain want autonomy. Scotland's not so happy about being part of the British Isles. Freedom and self-determination are precious. Just as Moses liberated his people from Egyptian captivity, so did Jesus want to liberate his people from oppression. Jesus was a reformer of Judaism of his time. The leaders of the temple weren't resisting Rome the way the Jews did during the Greek occupation. People had lost the core of their faith and needed a prophet to hold those leaders accountable. So today, let us remember that when Jesus was born, he brought a call to return to the core of Judaism. To do that, he brought innovative new ideas and interpretations of how to be a good Jew. And I would wager he lit the menorah too. As Unitarian Universalists, we honor and learn from many sources, including Judaism, Christianity, as well as humanism and science that are guided by reason in the study of the natural world. May we find meaning, wisdom, inspiration, and wonder in both Judaism and Christianity this day.
Good morning. I am Jacob King. I use he, him, his pronouns. I'm the congregational ministerial intern and acting as the service associate in this moment. Our offering today is taking place a little bit early to allow for the pageant. For those of us that are joining us on Zoom, if you are joining us virtually, you can click on the tiny URL link in the chat window to contribute, or you can send a text to the number shown on the screen. The examples on the slide show how to label your text to indicate the amount and purpose of your gift. An important way we celebrate life each Sunday, such as now, is by offering an opportunity to practice generosity. Members and friends support our congregation with an annual pledge paid throughout the year. Another way to support the good work of this congregation is by making generous contribution as we pass the plate or via one of the options shown on the slide. The ushers may go ahead and pass the plate.
Good morning. Ocho Candelitas is a Jewish song celebrating the holiday of Hanukkah. After the introductory English verse, it is sung in Ladino, a Spanish-derived language traditionally associated with the Sephardic Jewish community.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Babala, and Randy Rosette and myself are the Pastoral Care Associates here today. This is the time set aside in our service for sharing significant personal milestones in our lives. There are several ways to share a joy or sorrow. On Zoom, you can click on the raised hand symbol. The technician will call on you to unmute and share your joy or sorrow. Those in Community Hall will be able to come forward and select a stone to place in the bowl on the table. If you wish, you can share your joy or sorrow at the microphone with Chuck. Please also consider sharing your joy or your sorrow after the service with one of our pastoral care associates. We'll begin by reading items that were submitted this past week. That will be followed by spoken joys and sorrows on Zoom, and finishing with any joys and sorrows to be shared from Community Hall. And I do have one that was submitted during the week from Michael Hornsby. He's having joint replacement surgery on his right shoulder on December 20th. It has to be done before the end of the year because he met the out-of-pocket limit on his health insurance for 2022. We'll need some help with meals and rides for a couple of weeks. He's looking forward to his first pain-free spring in a long time. That's the good part. Is there anybody on Zoom?
There are none.
Okay. Those wishing to move a stone are now invited to come forward. If you wish to speak your joy or sorrow, you can wait with Chuck at the microphone.
Hello. I'm Phil. I'm going to a birthday party today.
Good morning, everyone. This is Phil Rich. Just wanted to let you know that yesterday was my birthday. And I guess I'll let you guess. And boy, did I have some delicious, wonderful chocolate.
Hi, I'm Paul, and for many months, I had to work on Sunday, so I couldn't be here. And I'm just glad to be back.
Morning. My name is Natalie from London, and last month on November 16th, my grandmother died.
My name is Laura, and my daughter Rebecca is here, and our friend, and Olivia's not feeling well. But this week we celebrate Primus. It starts on winter solstice. It's 5 days of celebration of the natural elements, starting with sun, earth, water, wind, and fire. I got that right. And every night we open presents related to those elements and talk about why those elements are important in our world. So that starts for us on winter solstice, and my kids are very excited, as are we.
As I select a stone on behalf of those joys and sorrows that are left unspoken, let us hold all that we've heard and felt in our hearts.
Good morning. As we just heard, in joys and sorrows, so many things happen to all of us. And at this time of year, they can feel especially poignant in ways that they don't always at other times. The pageant, just like any other human endeavor, is at the mercy of unexpected events that occur as performance time draws closer. 7 of our original 17 participants were waylaid by unforeseen circumstances of one kind or another. Our Christmas tree wasn't able to get here, but we so appreciate the effort and the generosity of intention of the Metzes who are trying to help us with the tree, and all of the kids and youth who are trying to be part of the pageant today. And so I would like to personally thank Jacob King, Anya Miller, and Eleanor Yeff for stepping in on short notice to cover roles for some of our friends who couldn't be here today. Your orders of service are incorrect, and I apologize for that. And I'd also like to send supportive thoughts and wishes to our friends who couldn't be here because they were dealing with loss and illness this morning. And I also want to thank Micah Torres, whose role as stage manager means that you will not see him in the pageant, but he was an absolutely crucial part of our effort today. Every year when we tell this story, I am reminded that its themes are timeless: dealing with unexpected events, making the best of the circumstances you find yourself in that are often outside of your control, travel, taxation, the vulnerability of a needy family, the importance of hospitality, however you're able to offer it, the inclusion of a wide range of people, from poor shepherds in the field to wealthy travelers from far away to the animals in a stable. And of course, the pure hope and joy that the birth of a baby so often brings to those who are around it. And so, with fond memories of past pageants and anticipation for this one, we find ourselves on the road to Bethlehem once again.
Told the story, once again, having remembered the birth of a holy child, seen the star pausing over the stable, heard the shepherds and the angels and the kings and sung beautiful songs. We have connected once more with the sacred message of this story. May we take that with us as we leave this morning. May we be renewed in spirit. May hope find a home in our hearts. May wonder fill our hearts once again. Let's close with our final song, number 239, Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Before we conclude our song, I'd ask you to rise as you are able.
Or your printed or digital order of service as we extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. On the screen momentarily will be our announcements for the week. We do have one submitted announcement submitted by through Tammy by Allison Hart. This Monday, December 19th from 12 to 2 p.m. I'm working with Love Your Block to pick up litter around the intersection of Madison and South Pearl in preparation for the opening of the South End grocery store planned for Kwanzaa. Bundle up and meet in the parking lot of the former McDonald's. We'll have bags, gloves, pickers, and water. We greatly appreciate your presence for our service today. Those on Zoom are encouraged to join a breakout room for conversation and fellowship. You can click to accept the breakout room assignment when it appears on your screen. Those in Community Hall are invited to attend coffee hour. We especially encourage guests and visitors to join us for coffee and refreshments. Anyone in Zoom or in Community Hall is welcome to attend a congregational response to discuss the service topic.
No.
We will not be doing a service topic. However, if you would like to speak with Sam or myself, we will be around. Glad you joined us today. This concludes our service.
Before we go, could we just have a round of applause for the kids and for our musicians and singers? Thank you all so much. And I also just want to thank our youth group who's been busy setting up coffee hour for us, Anne Marie Haber, who organized our music jam. So let's all get to coffee hour and do what we do best. Thanks so much, everybody.